As you saw in the title, it says ADHD Adjustment, and that's because I've just been watching some videos about neurodivergent compared to neurotypicals and their brain outlet and how we function and that, so on. Um, and one thing I wanted to share with you guys that I've been learning recently is they talk a lot about that with ADHD and also autism, with how we have difficulty regulating our emotions, with also rejection sensitivity and like motor skills that then, and motor skills not meaning driving a car, but being able to move our body the way we want it to do and so on. And one thing I've been actually practicing myself the last some months, something that I want to share with you guys, is I've been focusing on not what my energy is, but where it is. And to put that in a perspective, there is, in my social circle, there is this tea. I went English there. And there's three categories. There's those that exhaust me, those that both exhaust me but give me energy, and those that give me energy. Now, to make this clear, I am an introvert. That does not mean I don't like socializing. No. That means that being social takes my energy, so I need to be away from the social to recharge. It does not mean I do not like to socialize. I do really like to socialize. However, it takes my energy. But in the start, I was just thinking, okay, I'm social, then I'm tired. That's the way it is. But no, I actually learned there's different people I could be with. It's also that about, for those of you that knows within the neurodivergent, about masking and so on. Who do I have to mask more about? The more I have to mask, of course, the more exhausted I get depending on the situation. Because also, if it's people I'm with that I don't need to mask with that much, so I'm kind of, they don't drain me too much, but they don't give me too much energy. But if we're then in a situation like a big party where there's a lot of other people too, or at the zoo where I have to think of all these other things, then it goes down into the minus, into the draining part. That's one of the things I've learned. And then the other thing I've learned is also activities. Like, I mean, I have a mental list, you could say, probably should make a physical list, of what drains you. Okay, does driving drain you? Well, go specific. Okay, does driving in the city drain you? Good. Then we know on days where we are exhausted, we do not drive in the city. Does driving in the countryside drain you? Well, for me, I love it. It's relaxing. It's nature. For me, I love it. So that would be something that gives me energy. So then it's like, okay, on a day where I'm feeling bad, I want to lay in bed, life sucks. What do? I don't go driving in the city. No. Then I go out driving in the countryside, go and look at the beautiful nature like that. You don't have to walk around in nature to enjoy it and that. And some of us don't have the energy for it every day. And that's also what I find is really important in this, because some days we can seem high functioning and like ready to do all sorts, fight the world, and full time, which in Denmark is about 37 hours and plus a week, and so on. And other days we're laying in bed needing chocolate and something else, and whatever it is, we just TV and that, we just need that. And that's where I find, instead of looking so simple on, okay, we're tired, then what gains us energy? Like these days, I've not been feeling well due to cold and so on. And I promised myself I would not lay in bed all day, because usually when I do that, I feel much more shitty. So instead, I have been trying to go outside in our garden and working around there. And as soon as I came out in the garden and I felt the sun and that, it was so nice. I felt more refreshed, more warm, more comfortable, and less sick. So that was against my energy. Laying in bed while sick does not gain energy. And you're probably saying, well, what can you do when you're sick? Well, if you have a hammock, go out and lay in the garden, or go out and lay just in grass. I mean, If it's not a sensory issue for people, of course, then go out and just lay on grass. Or what I do is I have like this foam mat that I would lay if I'm not oversensitized. I have too much sensory overload. I would go out in the garden and I would have this foam mat thing, and I'd lay on it in the grass with a simple blanket over, so I keep warm. The sun comes and heats me, but I don't touch the grass, so there's nothing that's oversensitizing me. And then I just try and relax. Read a book if I want, otherwise just lay there, look at the grass moving, look at the ants going around, or look at Max, our husky, going and sniffing, or what it is. And those kind of things gives that, and when we get that, that helps us to regulate our emotions. Because as ADHD, our emotions isn't we're happy, we're ecstatic, we're sad, we're lost, we're like, it's very, it's like a switch we can't control. And so if we can control it better by our circumstances, by reading who gives us energy or drains us, or both, what drains us. Okay, dishwasher, emptying it, filling the dishwasher, that drains me, for example. Okay, what doesn't drain me? That is washing a mug in the hand so I have a mug to use, instead of having to stress about all the load of dishwasher thingies and emptying and filling it. Good, then we try and do that. If that's too exhausting, then sometimes I would think, okay, I'm getting in a period when I can feel burnout. Then I go to, let's say, what do you call it? We have Hannibal. Then we go there, and I would buy these one-time use mugs where you can get like for 20, 30 krona, 10 of them or something. And that will make life much easier for you. But so for me, it's that both with the social circle, but also what drains you in your everyday, what's neutral for you, and what basically makes you happy and so on in your everyday, what gains that energy, because that's what's very difficult for us to gain that, gain things done that we need doing and that. But yeah, so that's something that I've been working on, and I hope it will help you, that regulating and making that list of what drains you, what's neutral depending on the situation, and what gives and what energizes you. Like for me, something that energizes me is watching TV shows. So do that. And that also includes food. That I follow someone on YouTube where she said there's no bad food for you. There's good food for the body, good food for the brain. And I like that perspective, that we shouldn't have guilt about what we eat. If you're in a situation where you're feeling so down low that the only thing that helps you a bit, what do you call it, makes you a bit happier is chocolate, then go for it. You are helping your body and your mind. Go for it. However, if you are just in the mood for like eating just a bit here and there, then eat something that's bad for the body, because then you can focus on that. Hope that makes sense, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video that's now 8.5 minutes long. So, bye!